we're changing topic here a little bit because I saw this article about an attempt from here in Britain to build something similar to DARPA. They would call it BARPA, as the British Advanced Research Projects Agency. And the UK, in terms of human resources, is huge. I mean, here, the UK is second in terms of Nobel Prizes in the world, is also fourth in the Nature Index for high quality of scientific publications output worldwide. So human capital is not a problem, but maybe budget is a problem. So do you think the model of DARPA can be replicated in other countries?
I absolutely do. The challenge is it's not going to be one for one. It's not exactly cookie cutter. But it's interesting to me. It's less about budget and more about what do you want to get out of it, and are you willing to accept a couple of key attributes. So for example, this mission-centered focus, that I mentioned, is a really big deal. Irrespective of how much top-line budget you have, the notion of being able to be focused. I've seen a number of research organizations out there that do very good quality science, but it doesn't have the same impact as a DARPA because it might be, to put it into perspective, one of our program managers might manage, a few tens of millions of dollars. At other research places I've seen, they're managing maybe $100,000. And it's difficult to get a critical mass. I would say, for something like the new UK version, regardless of how much money you have, it's more about getting the balance between the number of projects and the amount of money right. And then there's a model. There's a model of how you hire people and how you actually execute the work. And one of the things I think is really important to note, DARPA has 0 full-time permanent technical employees, even to include myself, the agency director, and all the program managers.
Okay.
All of us have expiration dates. The typical tenure at DARPA is about 4 years. And what we end up doing is because we're a very flat organization, as we talked about earlier, we recruit people who are already accomplished researchers, who are mid-career, who can demonstrate to us they can think in this DARPA way. And as my former boss when I was a program manager liked to say, we bring them in, we squeeze all their good ideas out of them, and then we toss them back out on the street. Okay. And it doesn't sound like a great recruiting pitch, but that is sort of how it works. But the thing you get in exchange, first of all, I'd never heard of anyone leaving DARPA and being out on the street. But more importantly, it's a place where there is enough resource and enough freedom that someone can come in with this great grand idea they're trying to pursue, and they can't get anyone else to listen. And here's an environment where this is their chance now to go pursue their dreams. And I think that's the most important thing that any new organization trying to recreate the DARPA model, they've got to get that human. It's not about the pool of Nobel Prize winners or other accomplished PhDs. It's finding that right cultural mindset and then being willing to cycle people through. No matter how good someone is, they get stale or they get locked into a certain area of research. When I worked for the Air Force, some brilliant, very energetic, very enthused, dedicated researchers, but their research specialty, say, was LADAR. It didn't matter what the problem set was. It was like, hey, I can come up with a LADAR solution for you. Well, what if tomorrow the problem is a pandemic? You're not going to go solve a pandemic with LADAR. So DARPA is constantly retooling, and that gives an opportunity to focus on what is the problem at hand. And that's probably more than anything else the secret sauce.
Thank you for listening to this conversation with Dr. Timothy Grayson. And I'd also like to thank DARPA's communication team for making this possible. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and support this channel on Patreon. This podcast will be also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and you can find the links in the description below. Thanks for watching.